We're back live and exclusive from Fly Palmy Arena, and this is for the girls single A semi-final. Andrew Horrocks alongside Sam Watkins, head coach of Rangiora. How are you finding this tournament so far? And semi-finals, the air just smells a little bit different, doesn't it?
Yeah, great to be back here with you, Andrew, and having another tournament here in Palmerston North. We spoke on Monday, and since Monday it's gone a little bit differently for ourselves. But yeah, semi-finals for the A girls, and like you said, definitely a bit more competitive, you hope, and yeah, two teams fighting out for a spot in the final.
As we see Coach Aaron Langton of the boys Opanaki team here to support the girls as well, which is wonderful to see. They're on the big screen, waving at himself. So we're going to get into the team list for both teams, starting off with Taiatea. Take it away, Sammy.
Number 4, Anue Hares Tauaupiki. Number 5, Caitlin Gable. Rebecca Edwards. Pirikite Aroha Lewis. Sina Gable Te Evale. Heni Maioha Rolliston Gable. Tia Homai Ohia. Maya Graham. Tui Airea Blazer Horo. Te Paia Ma'u. Coached by Aaron Edwards and assistant coach Koha Lewis.
And then on the other side for Opanaki High School, number 20, Bella Pivac, 21, Georgia Symes, 23, Holly Gasson, 24, Jamie Winiera, 25, Bethany Cook, 30, Tessa Cook, 32, Anna Bright, 33, Lily Bright, 34, Paige Taylor, head coach Simone Cook, who we caught up with earlier.
Head coach Simone from Opanaki. You've got 2 national titles as a player. What's it like to be back as a coach?
It's pretty cool considering like COVID hasn't been on for 3 years now, so it's really cool to be back here and excited for the girls to be here, and yeah, but it's really exciting, so yeah.
And then you've got 2 sisters in the team. What's it like coaching them?
Oh, like every family, but it's quite nice to, like, we have a really good bond. I'm really close to my 2, so one's year 12, one's year 9. Always, sibling bickering, but we get along. We know, we're here to play basketball, and we put that stuff to the side.
Thank you so much for the insight, and best of luck for your game.
Thank you.
Great to hear from Simone Cook. And asking her the question as we look at the referees from Kirsty Howitson and Natalie Whiteley. I was talking about the question of Simone Cook coaching her younger sisters. And Bethany doing a very good job. She was in the Taranaki under-17s. You ever coached any of your siblings, Sammy?
That would not go down well, I can tell you that right now.
So how she's managed to do that is very impressive. So tail of the tape, these teams actually met in pool play. Taiatea winning out winners 56-53. So hopefully more of the same, Sam. There's been some cracking games on the other courts. Let's get it going on the live stream. Any players that you're looking forward to watching in this one?
Yeah, Rebecca Edwards and Pirikite Aroha Lewis, a couple of girls I got to see at the under-17s, and obviously playing in the D-League team as well, so playing above and beyond their age groups. It'd be great to see what they can do for Taiatea here. And like as you mentioned, Bethany Cook, seen her as a younger athlete and a little bit at 17s as well. Didn't get to see the Taranaki team as much, but yeah, should be a good game from her too.
Opunake High School, though they didn't qualify in 2019. National champions in 2011, 2016 and 2017. When I was talking to Simone Cook, I was asking her about, she played for the Taranaki Thunder in the Women's D-League, and she's like, what are you doing? I do have 2 national titles as a player. And that's pretty good stock to have coming back and coaching the next generation.
Yeah, it's always good to see those that have been there and done it themselves come back and give a little bit to the youth and helping them on their ways.
So the Kaitakauro are ready to go, and it's going to go Opunake ball. Lovely little kick here. There is Cook, and she just stepped out of bounds. So it's going to be Taiatea. Big fan of the orange uniforms.
Yeah, something a little bit different, but definitely gives them a point of difference. As Pirikite Atua catches the pass, looks to attack.
And lovely finish already from Ohia. I tell you what, when those orange uniforms are slashing to the hoop. It's pretty easy to find teammates, isn't it? Because you're not going to lose that colour. Lovely little handoff. Going back into the misdirection out of the corner. Here is Cook. Getting caught and turns it over. Well stolen from Rolleston Gabel. Can we see some good rotation here from Taiatea? Yes, we can. But east-west finally get north-south. And the jump shot is short off the tupper. And away come Opanaki.
Yeah, good and easy two-upper there for Opanaki. They look to push the pace, and play will stop momentarily. We've got a foul.
Anna Bright was fouled there. If you do want to follow along the stats on this, you can find it on the BBNZ website, nz.basketball, as well as all the tournament information and all the hospital passes that I can throw the BBNZ event staff at any opportunity. So here is Opunake, 5 seconds on the shot clock. Cook out of the right corner over the board and stepped out of bounds as she was trying to set herself up for that shot.
Yeah, flirting a little bit too much off the out of bounds line there, and just stepping over as she tried to throw a shot over the top of the backboard.
Taiatea, lovely pivot. And that is going to be 2 shots for Taiatea. I'll tell you one thing I've noticed this week, Sam, is just how good the pivoting bit has been, and much improved over from the last time I was here in 2019.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of different play styles that you can see throughout a number of the teams, and they have to adjust to the way the referees are calling the game and make adjustments. And it's good to see that on day 3 there's a number of teams that have been able to adjust their styles that they used to be able to play, just because the refereeing is a little bit tighter when you get up to here to the Nationals.
Converts both of the Kuru Tautukus. So here it is Opunake out of the on-ball screen. A little handoff. Really favouring this right-hand side, aren't they, Sam? As they finally come back to the left, on the middle, back to the right, spin. And wonderful pack defence here from Taiatea as they come up with the tūrapa and look to get out and extend this lead after it's 4-0 early.
Yeah, Taiatea just doing a great job at applying good ball pressure. Opunake sitting off a little bit more.
Nice little roll to the hoop and the beautiful finish there. Taiatea out to a 6-0 lead. Nearly 2.5 minutes played here in quarter number 1. Spin. And again, Taiatea just perfecting this pack defense so far.
Yeah, doing a great job, and then getting on those tūrapas as well, boxing out, making sure they rip down, not giving any extra possessions. But turnover there from Taiatea. Opunake looking like they're going to slow it down and try to get a good set.
And the big thing I like about Taiatea is when they're going up for the layups, they're using the Papamuri to full effect. Tim Duncan-esque. Love the fundamentals, as Opunake there are going to shoot some Kuru Tautukus as they draw the hara. And let's have another look at it in the action replay. Of course, any businesses are at home and you want to get involved and sponsor the action replay for 2023, please get in touch with Basketball New Zealand, because as I'm sure, as you heard during the Sal's NBL, Sam, there are certain paint companies that will be thanking Justin Nelson for the amount of times that they were mentioned.
I think there's probably a few thousand fans that enjoy every time that that gets brought up as well.
Here is Taiatea, and doing a pretty good job of spacing and cutting, putting out the Kurufifi Toru and getting the offensive tūrapa. What a finish! Beautifully done there from Caitlin Gable.
Yeah, Caitlin Gable making her presence known early. I've seen her on a lot of catches, putting up a lot of shots, and she's trying to be aggressive early on. Great finish from her to go for the N1.
Taiatea out of Hamilton. We're here in 2019. They finished 8th. Qualified 3rd out of the North Island. And Opunake finished 4th. So 2 teams that know a little bit about each other. As here is Bright.
Never surprising to see a Waikato team, whether reps or schools in a top 4 game.
And what a beautiful jump shot there from Anna Bright. Took the contact, stepped back. And one again. Tia Homai Ohia. And there is no lid on the baskets in this one, is there, Sammy?
No, Taiatea are doing a great job of getting to the paint back-to-back and ones as Tia Homai Ohia goes for the Kuru Tautoku to extend this lead. Pure.
And the old-fashioned three-point play is good. Taiatea out to an 11-4 lead early. Here is Bright. Little dribble, handoff into a screen. Cook turns the corners, blocked. Here come Taiatea.
Great help defense there from Edwards, challenging that shot. She looks to get downhill.
Still converted there from Bethany Cook as she comes down the right-hand side. Great kick out there. Good spacing from Opunake Bright. With the Kuruwhiwhi Toru, it is long off the tapa, and the tūrapa goes the way of Gable.
Yes, she is again, just pulling down another rebound. So Edwards looks to get in the paint, kicks out, and there's Gable. She'll spot up for Kuruwhiwhi Toru.
And again, the offensive tūrapa is going to be a tough thing for Opunake, as we see nearly a steal there for Cook. And Bright, it is there, that comes up with the tūrapa. Nice little on-ball screen to free up some space for her down the left-hand side. Turns to the corner.
Oh, nice pocket pass.
There's been some great weak side help, hasn't there, early from Taiatea.
Yeah,
a little bit of miscommunication leads to a wide open.
As a coach of a team that likes to pride themselves on defense, it's great to see some teams out there and playing some awesome help D, getting in those lanes.
Nice little pass there into the post and spin, Taiatea. And isn't it cool to see the Opanaki boys just sitting there in the background cheering on their wahine.
Always awesome when a school's able to produce 2 teams that are able to qualify for a nationals. You get that little bit of extra support for your games, especially one where you're, vouching for a final berth.
And so they're going to go to the line, and a chance here for Opunake to bring this back to a single possession game. And we're going to see a timeout called. So, Sam Watkins, what has stood out to you so far in this one?
Well, as we just mentioned earlier, Taiatea playing great defense in the half court. I think they're just getting a little bit sloppy on their possessions. They're getting great looks on offense, and that's probably what the timeout is for, just to kind of rally the troops and get them settled, because they're getting great looks, but they're just not dropping. And, Opunake got into a little bit of a hole early on. They had that donut, but they're able to get rid of it. So we see the boys in the crowd getting into it. It's good to see them to get some composure, and they're not letting that defense from Taiatea put them off as they're trying to get to the paint on every position.
Some quick stats for you, and the top scorer already in this game is Tia Homai here with 5 early points. Taiatea, as we see,
those speed dealers should be illegal.
I feel like there's one week where they're allowed, and that is the week between Christmas and New Year's. And then every other week of the year
they get put away for the other 51 weeks.
I saw, slightly off topic, but Rhythm and Vines are nearly celebrating 20 years this year. And they were showing some throwback photos from their very first one. I think it was 2003, 2004. A lot of speed dealers, and not worn mockingly. Those were some genuinely punishing speed dealers. So, converts the second, and that's going to be 11-7.
Taiatea looking to push. So they're trying to up the tempo a bit as Edwards steps through into a shot. That one's going to fall short, but she chases her own tūrapa.
Love when the hustle's rewarded. And they're going to end up with a makapaitaha. Let's see where they can come out of here. If Sam Watkins is going to like it and want to steal it for his own team. Oh, what a bounce pass.
I'm liking what I'm seeing out of Gable early.
I know Speed Dealer's back in fashion, Sam Watkins, but I feel like the floater for a shot is massively back.
Yeah, an underrated one as well. I kind of like the floater inside. You know, you've got some big defense that's going to challenge you. Just push that one up. So player from Kaipoi High, Aaliyah Newton, just been named in the 3x3 under-17 girls team. She's almost automatic with that floater. If that helps, it's too late to step up and get her.
Jump shot's no good, but they're going to claim that was a pass. And Tupaya Mau is going to go to the line.
Another offensive tūrapa for Taiatea there. Something that Opanaki are probably going to want to tidy up sooner rather than later. The first Kuru Tautoku goes.
Well, they've got some good players in their team, don't they, Taiatea? Rapika Edwards played Waikato under-17s and D-League. As did Piriki Te Aroha Lewis. As we see, that's a lot of brains right there, isn't it? Alex Stojkovic and Mike Rogers. Two of the legends of the single A division.
And there's a defensive tūrapa for Opanaki. They'll be happy to see that one go into their hands. They look to break out.
So here go Opanaki. And big steal there, out to the races. And nice to see the left hand used there comfortably on the Kuru Whakau. So what can Opanaki come back with? Still only a 7-point lead though, and so if they get something going offensively, can really chip away at this quickly.
Yeah, it's definitely still within touching distance. And the way they're playing offense, they're doing a great job not letting that defense from Taiatea throw them off what they're trying to achieve.
And we're going to see a jump ball there, so it's going to be Taiatea ball. As subs coming in for Opunake. Right, back underway here in Fly Palmy Arena.
Here's Gable again. Great move to the paint and a big defensive tūrapa ripped down.
Always going to see them get out to the races. But again, Taiatea has got amazing transition defense, don't they? Even though they commit the foul there.
Yeah, Edwards just caught with the hand in the cookie jar a little bit there. She tried to pull out and sell. That there wasn't anything for her to see on the replay, just reaching in a little bit there. As Jamie Winera makes the first Kuru Tautoku.
Misses the second, but again, good hustle, leading to another opportunity with the jump shot. And that one's long, he's going to let that one run out. But pleasing signs there, Sammy. And we could be in for a barnstormer here.
Yeah, two aggressive teams on the offensive end. Taiatea playing aggressive defense, but Opunake not shying away from trying to get what they are trying to achieve offensively. As is Gable, sizes up a shot.
Shout out to Scott Campbell, Harbour Basketball referee coordinators listening in. Big fan of the Speed Dealers. I know for a fact he owns a couple of pairs. As big steal there for Rapika Edwards, just gives it straight back. Away comes Bright.
Great bounce pass in transition.
You love to see it, don't you? And I feel as well this year, players have done such a good job of drawing interior defenders and then dishing off. There's a foul there.
Yeah, if you can find someone like Bethany Cook in transition for an easy layup, you're not going to miss too many of those.
Misses the first. Tell you what, that's one of the best airings I think I've ever seen. Makes the second. As full court pressure there from Taiatea. Really big fan of that, Sam, especially on these multiple day tournaments. When you're playing multiple games a day, if you can play full court, that's a very impressive thing indeed. Fight for the rebound. And away come Taiatea.
Great little crossover by Edwards there. She gets to that right hand, unable to finish, but the tūrapa ripped down by Te Paia Mau. She's able to put it back.
Anytime your teammates can back you up in those instances, it's a special thing. Bright, Dirk-esque. Fight for the rebound. And that is going to be Opunake. And I always struggle with these ones sometimes, Sam. As a coach, do you want the jump ball now, or would you rather start the second quarter with the ball?
31 seconds left to go. That's probably one you want to try keep to be able to start the second possession. But it was good hustle on the offensive tūrapas by Opunake there, so I'm sure as a coach you can't be too unhappy with that one.
Here is Taiatea potentially their last position of this quarter. And the tūrapa pulled down by Winiera. Nearly threw it away, but away they come. Little step back jump shot. And 8 seconds to play. And I get this wrong every time when I say it's going to be a team's last possession. As here come Taiatea, 2 seconds. Ripped away, throw it up. Too late. So that will not count. End of the first quarter. Taiatea 17, Opanaki 10. Sam, anything stand out to you in that period?
Well, just on that last position, they're always a coach killer when you see your player pull up for a shot that's maybe not one that you want to look for, and you've got 8 seconds left on the clock, and you just give that other team a chance to get one more position in before you go into the break. But both teams getting after it, being physical on both ends, attacking the paint, not really settling for anything on offense. They're both being aggressive. It's what I like to see.
Some updated stats at quarter time. Taiatea edging the field goal percentage 30% to 21. But the biggest one, Sam, the rebounds, almost reflecting the scoreline. Taiatea 18, Opunake 10. As we have another look at the speed dealers. And that man is moving seriously fast.
Yeah, I think we're going to be coming back to him more quite a few times as the night goes on.
As we see Opunake boys as well, having a bit of fun. How good's the big screen? I hate it whenever my pre-game stuff goes on there, but when it's other people, hey, I'm all for it.
Yeah, we're having a conversation before about whether it'd be a bit distracting as the team that's going towards it. But I'm sure as the players, they'll be locked in on the game and not worrying about what's happening behind them past the baseline. Definitely helps with the fan engagement. They can see when the camera's on them and they get a bit excited.
I tell you what, I'm looking to see what it's going to look like tomorrow night. The A finals. And this tournament, man, it just flies, doesn't it?
Yeah, already into day 3. Wow. You could argue you passed day 3 apart from this last round. So halfway into it, 3/4 of the way into it for the A teams.
Right, so Taiatea are going to get us underway here in quarter number 2. And Rapika Edwards inbounds for Taiatea. Chance here on this position to make it a double-digit game if they can get Toru. Oh, what a pass there. And a foul is called. What do you reckon she was in there for? 2.8, 2.9 seconds?
Yeah, I think she got a little bit lucky on that one, but a good job trying to create a little bit of separation and just get around that defense.
Converts the first. And Te Paia Mau converts both. 19-10 now. Now Taiatea over Opunake. And Sam, it's a defensive masterclass, you could say, from both teams thus far.
There's some great defense from both sides. Active in the passing lanes, as you see Taiatea trying to get after it on the handoff there. Entry pass, but that's denied.
Great steal there from Edwards, kicks it ahead. And again, those extra passes. And not really looking to shoot the three is Taiatea. They've only attempted 2 thus far in the game. And neither team yet to convert one.
Haven't seen many go up, which is a little bit strange in today's game.
Here is Taiatea. Wondering what they can come up with here. We were watching Hastings girls before, and some of the young girls can seriously light it up.
Yeah, those Hastings girls are unreal. 25 made threes against Palmy girls last night, I think it was. They had 98 points in 3 quarters.
What?
They just absolutely light it up and not scared to shoot it. We watched them this morning, and Story Sadler just pulling up in transition, just letting it fly. They got the green light right through the team there.
I think Story Sadler is probably the most impressive 4-former I've watched at this tournament.
Oh. That's
Potentially
crazy.
since Charlie's, right?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. You could argue since Charlize. We were on here on Monday, and I said about Maddie Morrow being potentially the best high school shooter in the country, but some of those Hastings girls, they can really light it up from outside. Opanaki getting to the free throw line.
As we have another look at this there, just off the on ball. Turns the corner, puts the head down, and up goes the shot. Yeah, speaking about Maddie Morrow, she's going to be ecstatic today, taking down St. Peter's of Cambridge.
A massive win for St. Andrews, down 20. And coach Adam Morgan showing trust in his team, going deep into the bench with the fresh legs to try press, and that sounds like that's what got them back into it. It's Bethany Cook. Goes 2 for 2 on the Kuru Tatukus.
And that's going to be big for Opunake to get to the line, convert those, and try and chip away at this lead that's been built up earlier from Taiatea. As nearly an M1, just rolled around the tupper.
Yeah, all around the tupper there, but it didn't flush that one. Heni Maioha, Rolleston Gable going to the free throw line for what I believe is the first time in the game for her.
Simone Cook just having a few words with the referee about that. Former double champion herself in 2016, 2017. That's cool, isn't it, Sammy? You walk around all these courts and just the amount of experience from former players that they're giving to the next generation. You can see now why they're so skillful with the knowledge that they're being passed down.
Oh yeah, just even just on some teams. Like, look at the Auckland Grammar boys, and they've got Dave Mackay, Lindsay Tate, Ange Pera-Hunt all sitting on the bench together. Imagine the amount of knowledge those boys will be learning. As Bethany Cook finds herself in the paint and draws another header on the Taiatea team.
Speaking of knowledge, I can see Kat Jones talking to Ray Cameron as We the North sweatshirt in the t-shirt in the background. How many of those do you reckon he owns? Do you reckon he just got bulk print, save a few costs?
Yeah, it's got to be one for every day, isn't it?
Ray never short of a story as Cook converts the second.
I quite like the We the North, and Westlake girls have got We the Lake. Back home in Rangiora, we call ourselves the Ducks, and our home court's the Duck Pond. I talked to a co-coach of mine, Liam Connolly, about getting We the Pond shirts.
We saw a little close up there of Ray, younger brother of Hero and Jody. Saw Jody actually this afternoon.
Yeah, walked past her in the corridor-esque part of the stadium as you walk through the courts 1 to 6.
Ray, I tell you what, I don't think anyone does the everyone against us mindset better than Ray Cameron.
No, I remember last time I can't quite remember if I was coaching or if it was I was just here as a referee, but he was here with the Whangare boys.
In 2019.
Yeah, so it must have been when I was coaching, and I think they ended up playing in the middle 8 bracket, and they had the same mentality. It was just everyone against us. So Opunake rips down another tūrapa. They're threatening to get it. They just can't find the basket at the moment, but they are threatening to get back into it.
Cook thought she might have got fouled there, so she was just clapping her hands, getting a bit annoyed at herself. Oh, what a rip and take by Rapike Edwards, but can't convert. And again. And opportunities like that, Sam, at the end of the game could come back to haunt Taiatea a little bit.
I think Opunake again a little bit lucky as well. The defense has started to loosen up a little bit. Taiatea finding it a little bit easy to get into the paint. It's not dropping. As we see Bethany Cook get into that spot again, and this time it does go for her.
Beautiful finish there to get this back to a single-figure game.
Ooh.
Oh, what a little spin move. Left it short though off the tapa, and the tūrapa goes the way of Bright.
Oh, nice wee show from Teo Homai there, but unable to get the shot to drop. Here's Cook again. She uses that baseline.
What a pass.
Great shovel pass. And then rips down the tūrapa. She'll go up.
I tell you what, Sam, it's so impressive how basketball in this country, I feel, has gone away at the high school level. You see a lovely little run out there for Edwards. But it's gone away from scripts and total team basketball. Now the inventiveness and the skill that's on show from players. It's so impressive to see. As Bright with the left hand, with the kuru whakau.
Opunake boys trying to get behind their girls, making a bit of noise in the crowd as we hear the defense chant coming in.
Looks like a 2-3 zone there for Opanaki.
The kuru whiwhitoru coming off the front of the tapa.
Great hustle from Taiatea. It's starting to get loud here in Fly Palmy Arena.
Too easy there for Pirikiti Aroha. She's going to be able to get to the paint every single time if you can't get in front of her. But here comes Opunake. They're out in transition. Bethany Cook trying to get out in front, but her teammate unable to see her, so they'll slow it down.
Georgia Symes dishes it off to Bright. Kuru whiwhitoru attempt is short. That looked good from up here.
Yeah, I thought that one was going, but it just comes off the front of the tapa. So Taiatea looked to slow it down through Lewis.
Oh, and what an absolute dime. If Sam Watkins was on the end of that, I know that would have been caught.
It wouldn't have just been caught, it would have been flushed down as well.
I heard a wonderful story, I think it was Josh Thompson was telling me, about a big one-handed grab that was made by you on the weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, so Josh Thompson and myself play a bit of American football. Yeah, I managed to get a one-hand grab on a corner out, which I was pretty stoked with.
So looking at some stats, top scorers for each side for Taiatea, Rapike Edwards and Tapaia Mau, both with 6 points, and then for Opunake, Bethany Cook already in double figures, and with Anna Bright not far behind. She's got 7 rebounds. As we talk about serious speed dealers.
Yeah, the Pit
Oh
Vipers.
my goodness. Tyreek Hill-esque, I would say.
Tyreek Hill.
And I'm going to want to get another look at that at some point. If when the opportunity arises to go back to those young men, because those were loud.
I'll wait till they start coming out tomorrow night in the A finals, or later on with the AA playoffs coming up starting tomorrow. As the crowds start to fill the stadiums, there'll be all sorts coming out, I'm sure.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing what traditions we can get going. Thinking back to previous years when people were forced to run around the stadium during the finals and stuff like that.
Love a rookie tradition.
Have you got any of your teams, Sam, that you run?
We've got a few that are, I guess you could say, rookies, but we're still trying to establish ourselves as back where the Rangiora girls were in the past.
Back when I had speed.
But At the moment, no. We have a team theme, which is the Avengers this year, and I was trying to get Avengers backpacks for all our rooks to wear around as Taiatea get another bucket there, but I was unable to find so many on such short notice.
Easy offensive foul called there against Georgia Symes. Was talking to referee coordinator Ken Coulson about offensive screens and footwork, and if there had been a conversation with the referees, because I feel like they're cracking down a little bit on poor footwork out of screens. He had confirmed there was, and it's quite pleasing to see, because, you know, if you get a good screen, it can be so effective, and if it's set illegally, it's a bit of an unfair advantage. So good to see the referees cracking down on it.
Yeah, not always an easy one to call, especially when you're refereeing in two-man. So great to see them getting those ones right. So they can definitely make a difference in the outcome of the game if they're tight.
One of the great secondary school Zebras is Sam Watkins. How many years did you do as a referee down here?
I only came here once, but I've been to Rep Nationals a few times. Just when I had a bit of extra time, but wasn't sure it was for me. A little bit too unfit even to ref these days, trying to get conditioning back up for the football season starting up soon.
Here is Taiatea. And a tough take and one. Caitlin Gable. What a finish, Sam. I thought she'd lost the angle completely. But hey, don't listen to me. Physics don't count here. As we have another look at it. Just flicked it up and in beautifully.
It went to the right hand very well there, and you can see on the screen there some white nails she's showing off there.
As Bright does a good job of putting the defender in jail, so she pulls away from it. Thinks about pulling up for the jump shot now. She's caught herself. Uses the pivot foot and throws it away.
Taiatea. Swarming defense again from Taiatea. On the break is Henemai Oha. Rolleston Gable bails out of the shot a little bit, but did enough to draw the foul, and it will send her to the free throw line for a couple kuru tautukus. So we have a timeout called here. I'd imagine would be by Coach Simone for Opunake. Just wanted to talk it over a little bit. Looks like she wants to have another word with referee Kirsty again.
You know what I really respect from this from Coach Simone? She's asked the referees over. So many times I see it where coaches storm onto the floor to chat to the referees. So for any aspiring coaches at home that are watching, be respectful, ask in the right manner, and you never know, the calls might actually start going your way.
Yeah, good compounder as well. They're just having a conversation rather than barking. It's not always easy to do when you feel that you're not getting the rub of the green from the team in grey.
What do you reckon she's asking there? Just positioning needs to change, potentially?
Yeah, I'd imagine she's talking through what their defence needs to do to be able to stay in front and avoid those foul calls.
How cool is that? Good to see some grandparents bringing down some young grandchildren, inspiring the next generation.
Never too young to get the future into the sport.
I don't know how you found it down where you are, Sam, but I've always found kids that have parents who play in club nights and they're just around the game, watching other people, listening to conversation, their basketball IQ when they get to their teenagers, massively higher than other people.
Well, the likes of Dave Langrell down home in Ototahi, bit of a stalwart in the club. Basketball obviously played for the Rams back in the 90s, I think it was. I could be wrong there. But he was coaching with his boys as toddlers pretty much in his arms as he was walking the sideline, but they've just started in high school at Hillmorden Boys and Hillmorden High, and the boys are looking like they're going to be ones for the future.
Big kuru fifi toru for Opanaki, Bethany Cook.
Doing everything she can to bring Opunake back into the game. Gable rips off.
Oh, lovely little pass. Somehow finds some space and some kuru tautukus as we have another look at this. Sorry, it wasn't Bethany Cook, it was Georgia Symes. Bethany Cook was the one that set it up.
Yeah, Opunake will be needing more of those kuruwhiwhi torus just to try eat back into this double-digit lead. Taiatea Mau unable to make the kuru tautuku go, and she'll try again with the second from the free throw line.
Misses the second as well, but gets the offensive tūrapa. And those are crucial in tie games like this. What can they convert? Little floater is long, but it helps them get the tallest player on the court. And Taiatea with a 14-second violation. Actually well defended in the end there, Opunake. Even though they gave up a couple of offensive rebounds to force a shot clock violation, they've got to be happy with that.
Pirikiti Aroha Lewis kindly throwing the ball back to the referee. Just a little bit shy. So we get the ball back and we'll be back underway. Opunake through Bethany Cook. She looks to take Gable off the dribble. Finds her teammate in transition. A great left-hand layup from Jamie Winera.
Yeah,
Sorry, that might be Paige Taylor. I'm struggling to see if that's a 3 or a 2. I think it might be a 3.
Here is Taiatea working it round. Oh, had a great cut there, but couldn't corral it. Anu Hayes, Taupiki. Here is Georgia Symes. Finds Bright. And dish off. Kuru Tautuku looked good. It was just long, but an offensive tūrapa. Bright. Short tūrapa again.
Opunake starting to rev it up on the kuruwhiwhi torus now, unable to go.
Paige
Great
Taylor.
bounce pass from Pirikiti Aroha.
Nearly.
Tia Homai Ohio, I'm sure she'll want that one back.
Just over 90 seconds to play. Opunake, can they get this under 5 as we head into half-time? Bethany Cook steps through and one.
Tough
Acrobatic finish.
Great Euro from Bethany Cook, as we see on the replay here.
And did an
Beautiful
amazing
finish.
job of just weaving around those two defenders. Saw the help coming.
Great change of pace after that first step, just to kind of hesitate for a little bit, shift the defense, draw the contact. She'll go to the line for an extra kuru tautuku. So that one's up and down.
And converts that, so away come Taiatea. It's down to a 5-point game now. Both teams trying to claw their way into the final of the A-Girls Secondary School Championships for 2022. Little floater from Edwards is good. And that's a great job there. Just to try and ebb the flow that Opunake have had.
Yeah, 5-0 run from Opunake before that floater from Edwards there, so much needed basket if you're Taiatea there.
As a foul there on Caitlin Gable. Only the team foul number 4, so Opunake aren't going to shoot shots just yet. Here is Bright up the top, off the on-ball. Crosses over off her foot, steps through. Oh, tough bucket. The difficulty level, Sam, has been off the scale the last couple of trips.
Yeah, there's been some good finishing in this game here. It's nice to see girls being able to get into the paint and just have that control to finish. So Gable tries to get one to go, but she doesn't get the finish, but is able to draw the header.
As you see, Roshi taking some photos in the background. What an amazing job Roshi Photos does.
Yeah, I love Roshi's job. She obviously been at all the rep nationals, and she does a great job with her camera work. She sent me one on day 2 or 3, I think it was, of myself. She was like, I like this one. And I was like, so do I. It was straight to the profile picture on Facebook when I got home. It was a much needed update.
Tough little wraparound pass there. So Taiatea, we'll see if they try and use the entire shot clock here. Give Opunake as little time as possible on the last possession of the first half. And what call are we going to see here? Offensive foul. Just a bit of an extension of the arm there.
Didn't quite see what happened there, but no complaints from anyone, so it must have been happy with the outcome. Well, you're never happy with the outcome of an offensive foul when you're the offensive team, but no complaints, so we play on.
There is Bright. Jump shot from Pivac. And Taiatea are going to have the last shot of half number one. Girls semi-final number one.
Great find from Edwards. Mr. Paiamau is able to put the final stamp on this first half. We have Taiatea 36, Opunake 27 going into the half.
We're going to have a little commercial break and we'll be back with you for the second half.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
This isn't about long-distance calling, technology, or living overseas.
Do I have one more bid? Thank you.
We're going to go once. We're going twice.
And we are sold to the Kiwi phone bidder from Manchester.
It's about Bailey's finding buyers that others can't.
Kia ora, Lauren Hiblay here from the Tall Ferns. We're out here in Flaxmere Park in Hawke's Bay. We've just opened up this new basketball court for hoops and parks. It's really cool to provide the tamariki with somewhere to go, somewhere to be physically active, play a bit of basketball with their friends. Good asset to the community, especially for those young ones who want to get amongst basketball. So yeah, it's really cool to see us open this new facility in this park that is just beautiful in Hawke's Bay.
Kia ora, Pierre Cameron here. Just want to talk a little bit about the Hoops in Parks and the Hoops in Schools program. It's been amazing. The return on investment is priceless. The accessibility for all the kids and the tamariki to get in here and enjoy themselves, especially through these trying times, been amazing. And just to get outside, you know, it's pretty awesome walking outside and seeing this kind of ballpark available. It's great, especially in these times.
Kia ora whanau, Peliri Oli here, Councillor for Flaxmere Ward, Hastings District Council. I'm here to support the initiative today, Hoops and Parks. Very, very amazing result, and it's encouraging our people to come and spend time here, and especially together with the youth. I encourage other councils to jump on board. Yeah.
Kia ora, Wharekura, Taiatea. Really enjoyed it here at the Flaxmere Courts. And looking forward to play again.
We've been waiting for the courts to open for a while now. Now that they're up, I'm glad that they're here for an activity after school. And yeah.
I like that the courts are purple.
What I like about the court is that it's different to many other courts in Flaxmere.
I like these courts because they're in a good position from if you want to go to the park or come here. And I like it because it's easy to bounce the ball and take easy shots.
My name's Ricky Lee. Shout out to everyone that made these courts happen, and yeah, me Naz.
No time to fluff around today? No worries. Just swing into Caltex and pay for fuel with Pay an App to speed on through. Ooh, yeah. Feels good. Use it at your local participating Caltex.
Welcome back here to Fly Palmy Arena as we have a little look into the Taiatea team huddle. Andrew Horrocks alongside Sam Watkins. Sam, that first half, very competitive, very tight. Was there anything that stood out to you that either team did?
I like what Opanaki's trying to do, being aggressive. Through a couple key players, Bethany Cox doing a great job of getting into the paint and trying to keep her team in it. They need to tighten up the screws a little bit on the defensive end. There's a couple of those Rebecca Egwood's floaters, the help defense just needs to get out to a little bit earlier just to put her off her rhythm a little bit. So they're doing a great job. They've tightened up a little bit on the rebounds. But yeah, I think their defense just needs to be a little bit tighter if they're going to try to eat away into this lead. Caitlin Gable, the under 15 rep from Waikato, she's impressed me.
She's been very good. Looking at top players on both sides. Top scorer for Taiatea, Rapika Edwards. And then the only player in double figures, 25, Bethany Cook with 13 for Opanaki. She's got basically half the points. It's been an offensive struggle. Field goal percentages are low, but Sam, a lot of that's got to do with the defense that's been played by both sides.
Yeah, disruptive on both ends. Taiatea are doing a great job at just trying to blow up those passing lanes. They got cooked off the dribble a few times in that second quarter, but they're nice and physical. They do a great job of getting out on those Opanaki players.
Only one three-pointer made in this game. It's a bit of a stark contrast, isn't it, to a lot of the other games where players have been happy to let it fly.
Well, yeah, as we said earlier, if you've seen any of those Hastings girls games, 25 made threes yesterday. That's almost NBA record-like stuff.
I have a feeling we might see them play on Friday.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to bet against them being there. Interesting to see who they match up with for those quarterfinals. They're underway in the second half. Opunake will start us off here.
Bethany Cook, and it is stripped. Away come Taiatea. They're in the orange, going from left to right of your screen. Good little step through and finish. Beautifully done from Hini Maihoa, Rolliston Gable. And sounds like the crowd's ratcheted it up as well for the second half. They know what's at stake.
Great defense from Edwards. It looks like she's hurt herself on the play though.
Still down in the background is Rapika Edwards. And I think after this possession, we're going to see the game stop. Now, is that going to count? At what point did the referee blow the whistle?
You'd hate to see that basket waved off.
They are going to count the basket.
Right call, I think, from the referees there. I can see what they're doing, trying to stop the game.
Hopefully, for Rapika Edwards' sake, this is not too serious.
It's a great wall-up and challenge from her, showing perfect verticality on the defense. And she left her feet, but it was straight up and down. It came down. And hopefully, this is nothing too serious.
You hate to see at these tournaments, injuries affect games. I mean, you look at St. Peter's Cambridge girls. Had a couple of key injuries, which I hated to see.
Yeah, Taiana Day going down earlier today, which you could almost say goes a long way to the effect of the outcome of that game. And Tanika Ledger-Walker hurting her knee earlier in day one. Day one's tough.
Never a good time for that to happen. Rapika Edwards has helped off the floor and gets a round of applause from all involved as we have another look at her. And yeah, it looks like that left ankle, doesn't it, Sam?
It looks like she's trying to put some weight on it, which could be a good sign. But she doesn't look happy.
I'll tell you what, maybe she needs to put on some of those pit vipers and they'll brighten her life up. But no, I'm not making light of any injury. I hate to see them. And I think as well, when you're opposing coach, if that did tip the scales, you don't like winning a game, do you, against a team that's not at full strength?
No, and look, we played St Andrews last night. There's a great block there by Te Paiamau. We played them last night, and they had some dodgy lasagna by the sound of it. As key player Karadi Atua Williams and assistant coach Dave Emerins, both in the toilets pre-game, not having a great time. And a few of people as Hini Maihoa goes to the paint easily there. A few people thinking they were trying to play some mind games with having their best player not starting the game, but we knew what was going on there, and she did not look great during warm-up, but was able to sweat it out and carry on. You always want to play teams at full strength. There's not a kudu whiwhi toro. I think that was a long two, signaled by the referee there, but a much-needed jump shot. And there's Bethany Cook. Bit of pressure from number 25, Opunake.
Well, I'm sensing a momentum shift here, Sam, aren't you?
Well, you'd love to see it, and it was much needed from Opanaki. You've got to think that at some point it's got to be sooner rather than later. They can't wait much longer before they start eating to this lead. As Taiatea have threatened to run off with it. if Bethany Cook has anything to do with it, she makes the first kuru tautaku, she's going to make sure that Opunake stays right there and within striking distance.
Well, we're getting to the stage of the tournament where we can start talking about tournament teams. And I feel like Bethany Cook could be one of the names that's on that sheet.
Well, I wouldn't want to comment too far on it with not seeing them play before this, but if I'm looking at what she's doing tonight,
we've already had them on the live stream and it was much the same, Sam.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine that it wouldn't have been like this on any of their other games for them to get this far. There's a call that goes the way of Opunake, so a much needed stop there for them.
Of course, it's a good time as well to talk about the Celtics Good Sports, Sam, where you can actually nominate people that you've seen at this tournament being good sports, and you can nominate them either finding a BBNZ representative in person or emailing tournaments@basketball.nz. Is there anyone that you think is worthy of a nomination?
I've got two.
Go for it.
First one, Kavana Lenny from St Andrews College, coming up to one of our players after the game that looked like she had an injury, but she was just stretching out from some cramp. And she came over and made sure that she was okay, and then went and saw her after the game as well, just to check in, make sure she was all right. So shout outs to Kiki for doing that. And then also just the whole St Mary's Wellington crew coming in afterwards and asking for a photo, and the two teams, we got a photo together after our first game. That's what it's all about at the end of the day, isn't it? Having a bit of fun and sharing the love between two teams. There's a great move there by Pirikitiaroha Lewis.
Well, yeah, I think that's one of the beautiful things of these tournaments is the teams coming together. St Kentigern's boys had a big win on the live stream on Tuesday, and afterwards they huddled together with both teams, had a little conversation together, a little korero, and all left in good spirits. So it's the beautiful thing about high school tournaments. There's friendships that can last a lifetime out of this.
Yeah, well, yeah, a lot of people that always remember their secondary school days, and they're probably more fond memories than maybe some of those ones that go on and do, whether they're playing for national teams or whatnot. I think if you ask a lot of them, they'll say that their fondest memories are playing in tournaments like these for their schools with their friends and the friends they make from opposing teams.
What a finish there from Anna Bright.
Great left-hand finish there on the spin move.
And another steal for Opanaki. Trying to make the most of his momentum, but stepped out of bounds. But still promising signs there, Sam, as we're going to see a timeout taken by Taiatea. And what adjustment do you think they're going to make here?
Oh, I like that timeout call by Taiatea, as you could feel the momentum shifting in the favour of Opunake. I'd imagine they'll just be talking about tightening the screws a little bit, making sure they're not being careless with the ball. You know, you don't want to play too much with the lead. It's only single digits, so definitely not out of it, Opunake. I'm sure they'll just be focusing on making sure they're keeping control and doing the things that they can do to make sure they're finishing with good positions both ends of the floor.
As it looks like we've got a game of tag happening in the background. It's pretty cool things you get down here. And under the Celtics tent, we've also got cornhole. You much of a cornhole man yourself?
Not very good with the old cornhole. I wouldn't like to say what my win-loss record was, but it would be severely under 500, I'd imagine.
Do you reckon your cup pong throwing statistics are far better?
Oh, definitely. I'm nationally recognised talent. I've been to a couple of the tournaments that they host up in Auckland. There was one time I actually paid for me to go, so I'd like to brag about that one and say that I'm a nationally recognised talent.
As we see some more fans there taking in the action. Always a fan of the high-vis orange. As we see your assistant coach, Liam Connolly.
He must have finished from cleaning up the girls at bowling earlier on tonight. Unfortunately, was not able to attend myself, so I got better things to do, like call this game here between Taiatea and Opunake High School.
Yeah, Liam, not short of a comment on the commentary either. Had some interesting words for me and Josh Thompson about our time on task. Guys, out of this game, Bethany Cook is still trying to keep it 500. She's got 17 of Opanaki's 35. Ropika Edwards, even though she has gone down with injury, still the top scorer for Taiatea.
Great ball movement there by Taiatea. Skipping it through 4 of their 5 players to get an easy look at the rim.
And I love a good makatupana. As another offensive rebound. Kurufifi Toru attempt. Very short. As you can hear, it sounds like the Taiatea boys in the background starting to get nice and vocal behind their team. Little floater, no good. And away come Opunake.
Great kick ahead from Bright.
What a finish there from Georgia Symes. And we are back to a single-digit game. Just working things around. And a big finish there for Taiatea. As we have another look at the Pit Vipers. Those are nice and bright.
Great move from Bright. She gets right to the paint and finishes easily with her right hand.
Just rolled around the top, a beautiful lead there. And what a drive. Took advantage of the defense not being set.
So every time there's a shot that's gone up and hasn't dropped from Taiatea, Taiatea Mau, she's there every time, as we see on the replay there. Rips down the tūrapa and finds her teammate quickly. She's able to draw the foul. She'll go to the line for a couple kuru tautukus.
Well, it's going to be a great thing for both coach and teammates, knowing that you've got such a dependable person. Here to help mop up your mistakes.
Not afraid of doing the dirty work and getting in there, and a couple loose balls for their team.
So here come Opunake through Bright. Pulls up for the little jumper and it's wet. A big pakete there for Opunake. Doing what they can to keep this game tight. Great up fake. Good ball movement here from Taiatea, just staying nice and patient. Step through with the left hand. Too strong off the Papamuri. But once again, Mau just mopping up the mistakes. Still a 9-point lead here, over halfway gone of the third quarter.
Great kick out from Bright. Just a little bit off target, but the right idea. Cook's able to get downhill. She throws up a floater.
And away come Taiatea. Can they try and extend this lead here? And if they get layups like that, it's going to be a lot easier for them. 52-41 now.
Here's Cook again. She challenges the defense of Pirikitaroa Lewis. And Lewis comes out on the better end on that one.
Here is Gable just slowing things down. Almost a steal there for Bethany Cook. Kurufifi Toru no good. Off the foot of Mau. And Opunake just trying to settle things down here through Bright. Great spin, slow help, and off the tupper. No good.
Anna Bright doing it, trying to do everything she can to get her Opanaki team back in this game. This is a nice move.
And nearly a great finish. Outcome Opunake.
Great step through from Bethany Cook.
What a finish that it could have been if she converted that.
I would have liked to see her go left hand on the reverse side of the rim there. We see a foul in transition.
As let's have another look at this chant from the crowd. And good to see the boys in full voice.
You can't help but wonder if those Opunake boys sitting in the stand could do a little bit more for their team. Cheer those girls on. Every little bit helps.
I wonder what the Māori term for pit viper is. Thanks, Rich. As shot clock violation there. Potentially could have let that one go as Opunake came down with the rebound. Here is Anna Bright for Opunake. Into the on-ball screen, turns the corner in the high post, kicks it into the corner, sets the on-ball screen herself.
Good hesitation from Cook. She's not able to get those floaters to drop, but it'll stay with Opunake. As Cook gets in again, another floater. This one also won't go, but she draws the hutter.
To the line it goes Bethany Cook, still sitting on 17 points out of the 41. Older sister as her head coach, looking on. As we have a look at head coach Aaron Edwards. Assistant coach Koha Lewis, formerly played in this double A's.
Hamilton girls?
Sounds right. Maybe. Oh, potential offensive foul there. Not called in the bucket for Piriki Te Aroha Lewis. Back out to a 12-point lead. And it's tough for Opunake, isn't it? Every time they make a run, Taiatea just has a way of getting themselves back into the lead.
They're doing a great job at just doing enough to, every time Opunake looks threatening, they're just able to get it back under control, keep it in their favour.
Makes the first. Bethany Cook. Let's see a few Liverpool fans there in the crowd.
I hate to see it.
It's so sad to see them not doing so well this season. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Heart bleeds. Here is Taiatea up by 10 points. Lovely little rip and go and finish.
Yeah, helped just a little bit late there from Bright. Not enough doing there to challenge the shot.
Caitlin Gable doing a superb job. There's a steal for Taiatea. Just over 80 seconds to play in semi-final number 1. Unselfish play. He almost ends up in the M1 and to the line. And I'll tell you what, Sam. Yesterday it was warm. Today it is freezing cold in here.
Yeah. You know it's cold when I've got the pants on, not the shorts.
Yeah, saw you before letting the airing out the pins.
Never too early to get the white pins out and try to turn them a little bit darker.
It's a little bit tougher though when you're inside a gym. As we see Miles Pearce there in the background. Don't know yet if his Manakuta girls are through to the final or not. I think I've seen him more relaxed. Miles Pearce is Maya Graham there with a beautiful finish. But Miles doing a very good job with Manakuta. Got to have him on the commentary on Friday for a semi-final. And out come Taiatea, and a beautiful finish with the left hand as Aquinas go through to the final, taking down Manakuta 80-67. Would you have picked that, Sam?
Wouldn't be able to comment either way. I did see a little bit of the Manakuta team. They did look like they played some good basketball, but I definitely have not seen enough of the two teams to make a comment on whether that is an upset or not.
Here is Taiatea to the hoop, no good, left short, and here comes Opunake. And that's going to do it for the third quarter here. That will not count, so Taiatea 1 foot into the final, Sam, 61-44 over Opunake.
Yeah, you'd have to say that definitely 1 foot forward for now for Taiatea. Opunake are going to have to come out of the gates in this fourth quarter, start with the defensive end and get some stops, and then if we can get Bethany Cook and Anna Bright attacking the rim, maybe some of those outside Kuruwhiwhi Toru's getting up as well. But it's all Taiatea here, 3 quarters in. It looks like they are ready for a finals berth tomorrow evening.
It looks like we get some handstands going on in the crowd.
Ooh.
Entertaining themselves. Sam, I'm sure you're a big gymnast back in the day.
Not myself, but my cousin. She was in the New Zealand circuit as a youth. Actually saw her.
More speed. Has he changed from little speed dealers to some serious pit vipers there?
It's the same kid, right?
It's the same kid.
Yeah. He's just whipping them out left, right, and centre.
He's upgraded the dealers for a bit more speed. Chucked a turbo on it. Some individual stats. Top scorers Bethany Cook with 24, Opunake, and then for Taiatea, a little bit more balanced. Te Homai Ohia with 15, and Te Paia Mau with 10 points and 10 rebounds. Anna Bright, double-double as well, 12 points, 12 rebounds. But it's the rebound count for Taiatea that's really running away in this one, up 45-34. And with those 11 extra possessions, Sam, that's what's adding up to the 17-point lead at the moment.
Yeah, I think that was more early on in the game. They've done a good job at kind of stending it a little bit. But yeah, definitely early on, Taiatea controlling the tūrapas. And those extra 11 possessions are always helpful to get out to that 17-point lead.
As we see the Opunake boys in the background on the screen. And I thought we'd gotten smaller sometimes with the speaker systems. That team's repping with the Mega Boom, but seems like the boombox is back.
Yeah, they're definitely making a comeback.
Big Kuruwhiwhi Toru attempt there. And away come Taiatea. Wharekura up 61-44. Here in quarter number 4, girls semi-final number 1. Winner of this is going to take on Aquinas College in the final tomorrow evening. Sam, you'll be down here with the girls cheering a team on, won't you?
Yeah, definitely. We always like to come down and give the love to the A schools as well. Last time we were here, great final between, I believe it was Te Aroha and Kavanagh in the girls' final. Annabelle Ring, MVP, if I'm not mistaken there, but another few other nice players in that final.
The Shula sisters?
Yep, the Shula sisters.
And is it Breege?
Yep, Breege. Dre Wanaga from Kavanagh was in that game as well. She had a good game.
A member of the Southern Hoiho now?
Yep. Member of the squad down there in Otipoti.
I think it's quite cool, isn't it, that, you know, the A schools, I know they're smaller schools, but these players who play well in these championships still get an opportunity to go on to bigger and bigger things. The one that always stands out to me is Jack Andrew, now a development player. Is it for Perth over in Australia?
I couldn't comment. You've just completely caught me by surprise on that one, but good on him.
Pretty sure it's Perth. As a member of the Otago Nuggets in 2020 and then this year in 2022 winning 2 titles. As here come Opanaki, and that's a good start for them.
The Nuggets paying $25 to win at the start of the season. I'd love to know if anyone got on that early enough to have it pay out.
I was wondering why Brent Matahari was so happy when they won. Nah, Brent would have done that. I can think of one coach I've seen in the gym.
Never.
Today, though, that would have. But that's another story for another day. Nah, proud of Brent. Was lucky to be on the scout team in 2020 under him. And one of the nicer guys going on the circuit. There's a big finish there from Taiatea Mau. And 17 points, 8 minutes, Sam. What do you always like? Where do you feel comfortable? Is it 2 points a minute, 3 points a minute? Where that lead, you start to feel like, okay, this is a good chance of us winning?
Yeah, I never like to count my chickens before they hatch, but I think if you're up 20 for about 5 minutes to go, it always feels like it can be safe, but as we saw this afternoon in that St. Andrews game, you're never out of it.
Yeah, getting to catch up with Jodie Cameron before made me reminisce on the 2019 Women's NBL final when we were up 15 with 5 minutes to play. Thought I was about to win my first ever national title. Only for the Purcell sisters to snap it away from us in overtime. Had to settle for a silver. As a big kuruwhiwhi toru there from Bella Pivac.
Much needed for Opanaki.
Might have been ruled a 2 actually. So 14-point game.
I'd love to see a little bit more pressure on the defensive end from Opunake if they're going to challenge this Taiatea team. There's an and one from Maya Graham.
And that's a big score at this time of the game. 65-49. And yeah, just that right hand extending down, leading to the easy foul call for the referee. And converts the and one. And we're going to see a substitution in for Opunake. It's interesting, Sam. Taiatea shooting 56% from the free-throw line. And devil's advocate here, if that keeps going, do you try and foul early and try and get yourself some extra possessions and count on that continuing?
Oh yeah, there's always those kind of strategies that can come into play, especially in these games that mean a little bit more later on in tournaments. It'll be interesting to see the strategy from these two teams down the stretch.
There's the kuruwhiwhi toru. No good. And here come Taiatea. 6 minutes and 45. Oh, what a pass.
A great pass from Gable. Finding Taiatea Mau under the hoop, unmarked. And that one up and down.
Good swing, and the spacing for Opunake, it's just getting a little bit tight, isn't it? Would love to see them try and space the floor, drag those defenders wide and open up some driving lanes. As Anna Bryant says, I don't need any lanes. I'll just create my own, and finishes off glass.
Yeah, day three fatigue, maybe sitting in a little bit. Opunake look like they're just a little bit on the back foot on both ends of the floor. I'd like to see them get up, be a little bit more aggressive on defense. As you said, clogging up those lanes on the offensive end. See a rebound on the drive from Gable.
Three-time champion head coach Simone Cook. No, sorry, three-time champions Opunake. Simone Cook's got 2 of those, 2016, 2017. But again, if you're not going to box out, secure those rebounds.
There she is again, Taiatea Mau. If you don't get a body on her, she's going to come down with that every day of the week.
And that is going to be the 5th foul called. And so, automatic substitution there. Paige Taylor wasn't really able to get into this game, was a real bright spark in the last game they had on the live stream, but maybe good scouting from Taiatea to try and take her out of the game and force other players to try and beat them. It's a really nice basket there from Taiatea Mau. Looks like she's working in the curries this week. You have a favourite pair of shoes that you like to coach in, Sammy?
No, I'm always wearing my ones, so it's just a basic black pair of Oxfords that I coach in with the dress pants and the polo. But I am a sneakerhead myself, just not courtside usually.
I like that old-fashioned. What a finish with the left hand, Bethany Cook. I like it. Whenever she scores, she always kind of jogs back, very unassuming. It's a refreshing take, I reckon.
Great pass for Perikitanga. Lewis finds her teammate on the cut.
And so 18-point game here. Taiatea 71, Opunake 53. Opportunity here to make it 55. Just keeping themselves within striking distance, Sam.
It was a great hesitation move there from Bethany Cook. She sold the that she was going to pass it or just settle it back up and then just ripped it back onto her left hand.
If they
right
can
to the paint.
Try and get it to single digits with 2.5 minutes to play. Their foul count's at the stage where they can get them straight in the bonus, save some time.
There's a shot of Edwards with ice on that ankle. Hopefully nothing too serious, and I'd love to see her back on the live stream if Taiatea are able to get this one secured.
As a player. Back out on court, yeah, hopefully she can make a quick recovery. I've been impressed with Taiatea though, losing potentially their key player. Had a very balanced effort the rest of the game, and still managing to eke out the 71-54 lead. Just under half of the fourth quarter to play. Here come Opanaki. Symes gave up the dribble. Step through Cook.
Those ones that she was getting early on, just not dropping. She's getting to the free throw line. Just unable to find a basket that'll drop. She will go to the line for a couple of kurutautukus. The first one, pure. The second one never looked like missing. 2 kurutautukus go down for Bethany Cook. And there's some pressure from Opunake on the ball.
I'd like to see if they're going to do that, have a plug as well from the inbounder, just to try and show a little bit more pressure.
I wonder if Coach Simone has a press of some sort that she could go to just to shift it up a little bit, just to try and spark a little bit of energy for the girls here. As Caitlin Gable gets in the passing lane.
And nice little two-pass action. Again, very understated little strip there, wasn't it, from Bright? Just whacked it away.
Lucky there, Opunake, that they weren't able to, or that Taiatea weren't able to score on that one.
As we're going to see a timeout on the floor. Some stats, Taiatea still shooting it at 41%. 45% of those have been from the 2-point line. 0 for 6 from 3. And then from Opunake at 29%. Only 1 for 12 from 3. Sam, if they can try and turn around their 3-point statistics, it's going to go a long way. It's only 15 points, 4 minutes to play. That's 5 possessions. They're a chance.
Oh, they're definitely not out of it. We haven't really seen them go to the Kurewhiwhi much in the fourth quarter here. They've shaped to let a couple fly, but it looks like they're still relying on getting into the paint and finishing them there. But I would like to see some sort of, whether it's a change up on defense or if they could just apply some more pressure up in the front court. Could do some wonders to getting them back into this game. Definitely not out of it. 14 points, just over 4 minutes left to go.
As we see the Taiatea boys starting to ramp back up, and they've got a few more of the crowd actually along with them, making sure there's plenty of speed happening on the sideline.
Rare Kurewhiwhi.
That's a many of those from Taiatea. Here come Opunake, great little skip pass and finish.
Great run in transition there from Opunake. More of that is what the doctor ordered.
Down 13 here, 3 minutes, 45 seconds to play. Still opportunities here for Opunake to to try and add to their 3 national titles that they earned in 2011, 2016 and 2017. Here comes Bright. If she can get a quick rotation into the on-ball screen. Cook steps through and one.
Oh, and there we go.
Elongated, and a chance here if they can get to 10 points, 3 minutes to play. I see no reason why they couldn't come back.
Just as we said, Bethany Cook wasn't able to find anything drop. Able to draw some contact there and get that one to go. She goes to N1.
And no love off the rim. But thrown away there from Taiatea. And a chance to eat even further into this lead.
Sub coming in from Taiatea. Henny Maioha, Rolleston Gable comes in. Apologies, that's Tia Homai Ohia and for Maya Graham.
As we see Bethany Cook from the mid-range. And just leaves that one short. She's had so much success getting to the hoop. I'd like to see her maybe just some tired legs. Try and get as close as she can to make it easy for herself as she possibly can. Now Taiatea nearly leaving that one behind. Watch the play here, Sam. Do you just try and bleed as much clock, or if you're Opanaki, you get the steal and you get out and run? And decided to pull this one out.
If you're not Taiatea, you want to try get shots late in the clock, but you can't get loose with the ball. So it's fine. Bethany Cook on the island. The Kurewhiwhi Toru.
They look good from the commentary booth. And that really could open this one up now. 2.5 minutes to play. Opunake have got to get some stops and some quick scores, and that's one way to go about getting those stops. Out to the races, Bethany Cook. Oh, great what move. A little dribble and finish. And it's a single-digit game. Taiatea got to try and use as much of the 24 as they can here. Slow the ball down, but again another steal. Kick ahead and finish. And a very smart timeout there from Taiatea.
You got to say a great timeout called there by assistant coach Koha Lewis. Definitely needed there just to rally the troops, get them back on track here. A great run from Opunake, not giving up, and they've pulled it back to a 7-point game. Just over 2 minutes left to go. We're not done here yet.
What from Opunake would you like to see? What do you reckon? Full court pressure as much as possible here?
Yeah, I want to see them getting up and get after it. They'll keep that pressure on. You've got them rattled. They've thrown a couple turnovers. They've taken a couple shots early in the clock that they maybe shouldn't have taken. If you can get up, apply some pressure and just make them second guessing, make them hesitate. Who knows what happens? You could get some more turnovers. And at the moment, they're not missing their shots.
As we're seeing a sleeping baby, and I think that's the only person in this arena who is not enthralled by the action. So Taiatea, what are they going to go about here?
Looks like they're trying to press.
Almost throw it away, just save it from being a backcourt violation. 1 minute, 50 seconds to play. The Kurewhiwhi Toru, no good. And a huge offensive rebound, but it didn't hit any of the rim. So that's going to be a shot clock violation. Everything going Opanaki's way at the moment.
Yeah, another rare Kurewhiwhi Toru from Taiatea, unable to get anything on the tapa. You see Opanaki coming back.
Here we go, Opunake.
Anna Bright.
Nearly a finish. Anna Bright kicks it out. Kurewhiwhi Toru is short, and what a big shot that would have been from Georgia Symes if she'd got that one down.
Yeah, definitely the shot to take. Can't be turning those ones down. You see a little bit more pressure in the front court from Opunake. Nothing that's troubling our Taiatea too much.
So Taiatea almost losing it out of bounds again as we count down our final seconds of play. Here's Gable, kicks it out. Kuruwhiwhi Toru attempt is good.
Big time bucket from Taiatea there.
As Coach Simone Cook calls timeout. Let's have another look at that. She was calling it for it as well. And we got to ask for the ball like that, Sam. You better make the bucket.
And then Maioha, Ralston Gable, doing everything she can to make this a Taiatea win. Great shot from her as we see potentially the first Kuruwhiwhi Toru go down from Taiatea there.
You're right indeed. They are now 1 for 9. Previously 0 for 8.
What's the last time you see a team put up under 10 threes in a game? Primary school? It's very rare.
Probably when I played against Westlake boys because they were just dunking everything. We got smoked in that one.
Yeah, if you flip the script on that, talking to Judd. I think it was Judd Flavel earlier saying that the Hastings girls would have put up over 50 in one of their games.
Oh, 100%.
They just let that ball fly.
The game we saw today on the live stream, yeah, probably 53s at least. And at a good clip as well.
Yep, they let that thing go. So I think it was Double Dam actually. It just jogged my memory.
It definitely would have been Double Dam. I was in the commentary box with him for that one.
It would have been.
He was enjoying it. Right, let's see. Taiatea breaking the press with ease. And choosing to take the layup instead of slowing things down.
It's 2 quick buckets there for Hini Maioha, Ralston Gable. Doing everything she can to keep this Taiatea game. Stephanie Cook from the corner for Kuruwhiwhi Toru. And there she is again, Hini Maioha.
Are they going to foul here? No, they might get an 8-second violation. Got to get it over, and just managed to do so. And we're going to see them slow it down. So, Sam, it looks like this one's going to be all she wrote. It's going to be Taiatea Wharekura in the final tomorrow against Aquinas College. As we see the final seconds tick down. And that'll do it. Taiatea 76, Opunake 66. Sam, Taiatea, what did they do so well to come out victors in this one?
Great game start to finish from them, and you have to say it comes from their defense. A great job from them just clogging up the paint. There was a couple times where Opunake were able to take them off the dribble, but overall I think they've done a great job, as you see them there, embracing each other as they've got a foot in the final for tomorrow's A game. You can't take anything away from Opunake though. A great game from them as well. Deserving opponents for this A girls semi-final, and they fought right to the death to bring it right back to within 7 or 6 points it might have been. But it will be Taiatea Wharekura heading into tomorrow's A girls final to play Aquinas College.
And that game will be live and exclusive on this stream. That game will be played at 6 p.m. tomorrow, and then at 7:45 afterwards, we're going to have the A-Boys Grand Final. So, from today, Sam Watkins and myself, Andrew Horrocks, thank you so much for watching. We will see you tomorrow. Can't wait.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this isn't about what we wore back in the day.
We're going to go now. Going once, going twice. No more offers. Sold!
It's about being trusted to get a better result for our clients since 1973.
Whoops, running on empty? Enjoy a 6 cents per litre fuel discount at your local Caltex with Pumped every day. Ah, feels good, eh? Get it at any participating Caltex.